Today I'm going to show you how to permanently fix a backflow preventer or anti-siphon valve on an outdoor spigot. These things are so prone to problems, especially if you live in a hard water area like us. These things fail usually within 5 to 10 years. They're pretty much useless too. Whoever came up with the requirement to have those on there was pretty much retarded in my eyes. Pretty much all they do is they keep, if you got the permanent water source connected on this, or you got this end sitting under pressure, under like water, it keeps any liquid from getting sucked back up into the house and as a result into the city water system. I think they're more designed to protect paranoid city officials than anything. But there are very few circumstances in which you're going to have this end under pressure in a tainted source where it would end up getting sucked back into the house. Most people don't want them. They're pretty much retarded, pretty much useless, and we're going to replace that today with a SpigotMaster. It's basically an adapter that takes the place of your anti-siphon valve there and turns it back into an old school normal spigot. And that's what we all want. We don't want this anti-siphon crap. But let me show you what happens. I've got 4 different spigots here and they all have their own problem. So what this one does, when you turn it on, water comes out of the holes there. It doesn't completely pressurize and close off the anti-siphon valve. And here is an old dual stage one like the first one we saw, but I've used an adapter from Home Depot to convert it into a single stage, and that was a cheap, $8 fix. But the problem with that one is that it makes a funny humming sound in the pipe watering whenever the water is on. You can actually hear that all through the house. So we're just going to replace that whole setup there. This one here has just sprung a permanent leak. Whenever the water is on and under pressure, it blows out. It's actually spraying. I don't know if you can see that. It's spraying a fine mist all over the place. So this one, like the first one we looked at, it's impossible to maintain dry, full pressure. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to replace that. The thing you want to do is look around the top perimeter of the actual anti-siphon part, this whole section. You're looking for a little set screw like that. If you've got a little set screw like that, you're going to need to take that out. Ironically, those are actually supposed to be broken off by the installer. I mean, they actually design them so that they're broken off by the installer so that they're impossible to remove. So if you see one of these, or you see one of these that's been broken off, you got to get that out. So you want to take some PV Blaster and spray it. Since those are 2 dissimilar metals, you get a dielectric action going on, and anytime you get 2 metals together, the dielectric action causes corrosion between the 2 metals. It's actually a process of electrolysis. So sometimes they're a real pain in the ass to get out. So if you're lucky enough to actually have access to the little set screw, go ahead and spray it with some PV Blaster, let it sit for a while, and then what I like to use is a hammer drill with a standard 1/4 inch adapter. And the hammer drill will help kind of give it a tapping action. You could also do it with a any kind of 1/4 inch driver that you have. So let's hope this works here. No, it broke off. See, they actually design them that way. They design them to break off so that you cannot remove them. So since a lot of you are going to be in that boat, we're going to show you how to fix this if your set screw broke off. If yours does not have a set screw on it, go ahead and skip forward to the part where I'm actually unscrewing it. But let's show you what you need to complete this process. First thing you're going to want to do is make sure that the SpigotMaster will work on your faucet. It works on Arrowhead faucets and this type here. I don't know what manufacturer that is, but some sort of Arrowhead equivalent. And you're going to want a decent sized set of channel locks or adjustable pliers. You're going to want some way to measure the diameter of the outlet. I would recommend doing this part first. Take this off, measure the diameter of that with a caliper or a ruler. and then that'll allow you to determine if the SpigotMaster will work. Then once you have it off and you have your SpigotMaster, the only other thing you'll really need is I like to use some ultra black RTV on it, because they are two dissimilar metals. That's like a chrome or nickel covered brass, and the SpigotMaster is brass. So in order to keep it from corroding, I like to lock it on there and keep it from corroding with ultra black. You could also use Teflon tape, but the ultra black will help it stay on there so it's not trying to unscrew every time you unscrew your hose. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy off of there. First thing you want to try, go ahead and get yourself a pair of channel locks and just see if it will turn. If you can get it to move, and it is moving, that's a good sign there. Let's go ahead and pull off our spigot handle. See how far we can actually turn it. Okay, ours is actually coming off pretty easily. If it was not turning and it's getting to the point where it's actually going to break, you're going to have to drill it out. In which case you would get yourself a drill bit that's just slightly smaller than the set screw itself. Probably something around 1/8 of an inch would probably be good. I'm going to use 7/64 there. And hopefully you have a straight access to it. Like so. You probably won't have to drill it completely out, and you don't want to mess up the threads on the spigot. So just drill it until it kind of binds, and then see if you can turn it. Since ours was already kind of loose, I didn't really have to do that. But that's basically what you're going to have to do if your spigot has a set screw and the set screw has broken off. Use some water to get all the little iron filings off. And that, actually our threads are all like kind of messed up now from doing that. Leave it to wonderful new modern plumbing codes to make something that not only fails within like 5 years, but also something that is designed to have a set screw that is supposed to be broken off. So here's our new SpigotMaster, and that will just screw right on. Actually, we're going to do the RTV. This is where you could also measure the diameter of your spigot. The diameter of my threads, even though they're all kind of worn down from doing that, 1.03. Then the internal diameter here so basically 1 inch, 1.0095. So I know that works with most Arrowhead faucets and whatever this brand is. I'm not privy to all the new plumbing types, but we're gonna go ahead and spray some RTV on the threads. That'll help it lock in place, keep it from unscrewing, and it'll also prevent a dielectric. You can also use thread locker for this, like red or blue thread lock. And we'll simply screw on our SpigotMaster. Get that nice and tight, not too tight. Basically, we want the ultra black to kind of lock it in place and the inside washer to do the sealing. So I'll just clean this up a little bit. But now we have a normal spigot, like the old days, good old days. Look at that. No more whining hum sound, no leaking. That's what we want. That's what everyone needs. So make sure you check the video description where you can go straight and get one of these. I'll put links to all the tools and everything I use to do the project as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and use my links.